Yes, guys, good evening. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again. Hope you're all doing well this evening, guys. And yeah, we're back to do a little bit of Liverpool chat on this late night. Um, yeah, the late night video, late night Liverpool chat. Why not? Why the hell not? Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Mo Salah, obviously. Virgil and Trent, and talk about on the slot, the start Liverpool have made. And yeah, it's been decent start. So yeah, I've been away for a few days. Back now, feeling refreshed. So yeah, let's talk a bit about Liverpool Football Club. But big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing good. I see a lot of you here already. Guys, big up Bob. Don't forget to go and hit that like button, subscribe and share if you've not done so already. I'll appreciate it. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and talk about Liverpool for an hour or so. Um But I hope you're all doing good, guys. I hope everyone's doing good. So obviously, a lot of the talk at the moment is about the three boys signing new deals. A lot of talk has been happening in the last few days since I've been away. That Salah might be close to signing a new contract. Now, personally, I hope this is the truth. You know, I want Mo to sign, I want Trent to sign, and I want Virgil to sign. I spoke about many times why I want these guys to sign new contracts. Um, they're important pillars to our football club right now. They're important pillars to what Arne Slot's trying to achieve. Taking over the legendary career of Jurgen Klopp. At Liverpool. So he's trying to. It's very important for us. I might be the only one here to get these three guys signed up. Now, Salah, is coming up to 32 years of age. What's it matter? I don't think it matters too much how old he is. How many right wingers are better than Mo Salah in the world right now? Not a lot. How many right wingers in the world are going to get the goals and Salah produces week in, week out? How many right wingers are going to get the assists he gets it right now? Not many, guys. Not many at all. I I just feel like with Mo Salah, it's a very obvious deal to do. It gives, I've always said this, it gives the club time to find the Mo Salah replacement eventually, because you got to feel, and this is why the club will look at it, is that they're going to give Mo Salah a new contract. You're not going to get a transfer fee eventually for Mo Salah, because he would probably leave at the end of his contract, being at the age of 34 or 35 or whatever it is, depending on length of contract. So this is Mo's last contract at Liverpool. I think we can safely say that if Mo takes that contract on. So for me, it's very important that Mo Salah gets a new contract, just for the sake of, he's one of the pillars of the team. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to stay at the football club. You can tell he's enjoying his football right now. Why would he want to leave? Like, there's no reason. Like, I can't say why wouldn't he? Why would he want to leave? Because there's always a reason why people would want to leave, I suppose. But looking at it right now, start of the season's gone pretty well. We've got to say, Arne Slot's already putting his foot down in what he wants us to play, the way he wants us to look. Salah looks extremely happy in the way Slot's playing. And we're just continuing that great, the form we had of last season, although, a lot of it was good, but it fizzled out towards the end of the season. There's no doubt about that. But the team is playing on from that form last season. Arne Slot's putting his bits into it at the moment, not totally the Arne Slot system, but putting his bits into it at the moment. Salah looks like he's happy doing what Salah does. So I don't understand why the club wouldn't give Salah a new deal, man. Salah wants to break records. We got Spider in the chat. We got Gary in the chat. And I see you, Lee. Sammy in the chat. Big up to you, my friend. Sideline Football Show. Asher. Big up. people in the chat. Hope you're doing good. The guys, don't get go and smash that like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Pay the toll in the chat as well. I hope you're doing good, man. Says morning, Jamie. Salary staying, Virgil staying, Trent is staying, Allison staying. Future is bright with the slot machine. Big up Polo Mint in the chat. Big up Iber. Big up Gary. Mo will get a new contract. I think Mo will get a new contract. All the signs at the moment is that Mo Salah will get a brand new contract. Now, they're going to attempt to give him a contract. Now, there's Salah says he wants to stay at the football club. He doesn't really want to leave the football club. I believe he said, I think one of his daughters was born in Liverpool. I might be wrong about that, but I swear she was born here while he's been at Liverpool. So she's pretty much a Scouse kid. She's Liverpool born and bred pretty much. So, and he's very much family orientated, is Mo Salah. We know that about the man already. So I just feel like he thinks his future belongs at Merseyside. His future belongs at Liverpool. Big up Gary's youngest is, yeah, there you go. Big up Daryl in the chat as well. Mix Mitchell. Yeah, his youngest was born here. So, Mo he does come across a massive family man. And because of that, he's happy. His wife's happy. His family's happy. If everyone's happy, there's no reason for him to move. Now, we as fans, if he's happy, the family are happy, the kids are happy, the wife's happy, he doesn't really want to leave Merseyside, he wants to stay at Liverpool, then why, as it's not easier, give him a contract? And obviously contracts are not actually always that easy to deal, even though a player doesn't want to leave. Sometimes it has to be down to the club as well. And we don't know what the club will go offer him. Are they going to offer him a 2-year extension to what he's got right now? Now, as much as Mo might want to love staying at Liverpool and living in Liverpool, living in Merseyside and playing for Liverpool Football Club, he'll also want a contract that reflects his quality, that reflects his, what should I say? Reflects the time that he's been at Liverpool, because it'd be like 7 to 8 years he's been at Liverpool. He'd want that shown in his new deal. He'd want to be like the club do want to keep him. So it's a 2-year deal enough. How much more money is he going to be paid? Is the wages going to stay the same? Is it about wages? Is it about length of contract? There's a lot to pick up and prize about it. As much as us fans feel like it should be an easy thing to do, just pay the man what he's worth and move on. Sometimes for a club it's probably not that easy. I just feel like he has to be done. He's almost the most important player. I know Virgil as well, but Salah in that attacking sense, I just feel it'd be lunacy from the football club to let Mo Salah go. Now, I understand not giving Gini Wijnaldum a new contract. They probably saw the future that he's not going to be the player. He's not going to be that player who demands that contract at that time in his career. And Gini's gone on there. He obviously got his bad leg break and bad injury, but his career's pretty much fizzled out, since he's left Liverpool. So, maybe they were right not to give Gini Wijnaldum a new contract. Maybe they were right not to give Joel Matip a new contract. Maybe they were right not to give, these other players like Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita's new contracts, But Mo Salah's different gravy, ain't he? He's a different kind of player. He's, for me, a player that at 31, 32 gets probably in every team in the world right now. He's arguably top 5. I don't know, my camera angle's all weird. Sorry, guys. He's top 5 players on form in the world right now, in my opinion. People will probably say I'm biased in that opinion and what I'm saying, but I don't think there's many great players around the world right now. I think a lot of people get overrated massively. I don't think we're looking at world football right now where there's so many class players that we can't put Mo in that top 5, top 10, whatever way you want to put it. So I just don't understand why you'd let him go. Who you go replace him with? Like literally, who you go replace Mo Salah with? That's the problem right here. Where what are you gonna do? What market you go? Look, what market you're looking at to replace Mo Salah? What sort of ready-made player is this football club go and buy to replace Mo Salah? And I know people might say like Liverpool already have it in Chiesa. You know that I don't think Chiesa's an out-and-out Mo Salah replacement because Chiesa can play all across the front three. And I'm yet to know if we don't know yet what the plans are for Chiesa, if he is going to be a right winger, if he is going to be Mo Salah cover, or he is going to play down the left. Because I'm going to talk about the front six a bit later on, guys, because I've got some. I think it's a good thing to chat about this front six because I've got my own ideas about it. What sort of play? And Chiesa's what, 26, going to be 27. Is a 27-year-old. Sort of like short term to me. Yeah. What players in the world right now can you go and buy that's ready made that Liverpool can possibly nab? Like you're looking at people like Rodrigo, maybe from Real Madrid. Now, what's Rodrigo go cost you? 130 million quid. And is Rodrigo any better than Mo Salah? I don't think he is. You know, has he got different abilities to Mo Salah? Of course he has. You know, he's a very, very good player, is Rodrigo. But is he better than Mo Salah right now? If Mo Salah played for Real Madrid right now, would Rodrigo be playing? Let's put it that way, guys. Let me know. You guys in the chat tell me right now. If Mo Salah was playing at Real Madrid right now, would Rodrigo be playing? I don't think he would. I think Mo Salah would be playing instead of him. You know, I just... I look at Mo Salah and just think we got someone special there. We got someone special there, even from a biased point of view, because we're Liverpool fans. Yeah, and that's the point. Like Sammy said, Rodrigo prefers to play on the left wing, but because you've got Vinny Jr. and Mbappe there, they're both more natural left-sided. So Rodrigo has to sort of play his position on the right now. And big up Spider in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. I'll see your chats. I will get to your chats in a minute, guys. I just want to go through a little bit and then I'll get to everyone in the chat. Don't worry about it. I'm not ignoring you guys. I just, you know, Salah, I think it's only this country that disregards Mo Salah. You know, I hear a lot of crap from other YouTubers that, you know, talk absolute nonsense and absolute waffle. You know, I've heard Mahrez is better than Salah. I've heard Savinho, the new Man City winger, is better than Mo Salah. Apparently, I've heard a lot of nonsense but the problem is, if their teams had Mo Salah, they wouldn't be saying nothing. You know what? You know, I think Saka is a good player. Yeah, I think Bukayo Saka is a very, very good right winger for Arsenal. I can guarantee you right now, if Mo Salah played for Arsenal, Saka wouldn't be in the squad. Saka wouldn't be in the team. They would have sold Saka years ago. They literally would have sold Saka years ago because Saka wouldn't be able to get into the team because he's nowhere near as good as Mo Salah. So if Mo Salah was playing for Arsenal, Saka would have come through the youth team, but it would either have become a left winger, you know, play on the other side, or it'd have had to been sold because Mo Salah's a better footballer. It's as simple as that. And I know people might use the age thing. I just don't know how much Saka's going to get better. I don't know how good Saka's going to be in 3 or 4 years' time. No one does. But, you know, I think with Mo as well, people forget what Mo did at Roma. Yeah, Mo's Roma career was excellent. Everyone forgets what Mo did at Roma. That's why Liverpool bought him in the first place. Yeah, Florentina was okay. Roma, he really kicked on. And then everyone forgets what sort of player he was at Basel. At Basel, he played as a number 10. He played as a number 10 at Basel, and he was a dribbler. He just got hold of the ball, had more speed than anyone else in the pitch, and just to run around people, just used to dribble past people for fun with pace and skill. His career's elevated. Now, if you look at Mo Salah's career when it started, when you go and look at him at Basel, you go look at him at Fiorentina, you look at him at Roma, you look at him at Liverpool, he's literally changed his game year in, year out. He's literally changed his game. Big up Bajan in the chat. Jamie was a left back, so would get in the team. Don't diss Saka. Big up, Mo. Don't diss Saka too. Big up, Mo. No need. Who's dissing Saka? I'm just making a point of how good Mo Salah is, my friend. That's all. Like it just. I just don't know. Like he's changed his game so much all the time, guys. Just go and look at his career and how much he's changed the way he plays. Look at the time he was at Basel. Look at the time he was at Roma. Look at the time he was at Liverpool. You see the player at Roma. If you go to his Roma days, especially the season before he joined Liverpool, I think he got like 20-something GA that season for Roma, which is so slept on, by the way. It's so slept on. No one really talks about his GA for Roma that year before he came to Liverpool. It's slept on massively. But you saw what he could become in a more adventurous, attacking-minded side. And what you're seeing now is a true embodiment of, for me, a world-class professional. That's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing an absolute world-class professional. He work. You look at his fitness. He works out so well. It keeps his body in tune. His first injury came at AFCON in January. That's the first injury he's really had in his Liverpool career. Serious one anyway. I know he got a concussion and things like that, especially before the Champions League game against Barcelona, and he had to miss that out. But he's barely injured. That's because he looks after himself, man. He really looks after himself. And now he's like, I've heard people call Salah a system player before. Like he's a system player. Now, I think in football today, everyone's a system player in a way, because systems are so relied on now. We don't let players use their individual brilliance as much as we did before. I mean, this is no disrespect to Pep Guardiola at all, but he can take very flair players and put them in a system, and they get systemized almost to play the Pep way. And that's not a diss to Pep at all. That's just the brilliance of the man, because system is key, and everyone is a system player now. So I really do get irritated by this whole system talk about a player, because it's like Mo just turned out at Liverpool one day and became this quality player. It's like this world-class footballer. He always had it in him. He just needed to be brought out of him. That was the thing. Players, I do believe players are born with an ability to be world-class. You've got to work on it. It's something you have to work on, and something you have to adapt and train and coach and have an elite mentality. But I do think you're born in this world-class frame of mind. I really do. And then eventually you have that world-class mentality, and then eventually someone just brings it out of you. And for me, that was obviously at Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, who just brought that out of Mo Salah. And look at him now. He's the greatest African footballer in Premier League history. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I know people like to dismiss it because he's only won one Premier League and one Champions League trophy. Like, this is not a team game. This ain't golf. This ain't golf. It's not an individual sport. I really get annoyed by the trophy shit. It does annoy me, Mo Salah played for Man City. He'd have about 7 Premier Leagues and a Champions League by now, wouldn't he? No one would be saying anything. It's a team sport, and individuals inside that team can excel. That's why I don't really understand individual awards in a team sport. It makes no sense to me, Really, it makes no sense to me. The award should be for the team, not for an individual. But yeah, that's how Mo think. This is how I think of Mo Salah, guys. You know, that's how I think of it, and I love Mo. I love Mo, and I hope he signs a new contract. For me, he's a pillar of our club right now. He's the face of our club. For me, Mo Salah is the face of the Premier League. I know people might think that's a stupid thing to say. I don't believe it. I honestly believe Mo Salah is the face of the Premier League. And we should be bending over backwards to keep him at this football club. That's my opinion, guys. That is my honest opinion about Mo Salah. Now, look, let's go. Before I go to Virgil van Dijk, let's get some of your comments. Big up Anfield Roy, the chat. Big up, man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Spider, no calling today, man. A bit late for a calling. I just thought I'd have a late night chat. I just got back from my holidays. Fancy talking to you guys a bit about Liverpool Football Club, and yeah, big up you, man. Big up Graham says, big up Jay. We must remember the tax in this country is 45% for earners over 150k. Yeah, so hard to give them the wages the Saudis could. Exactly, and with the report, you know, according to the Liverpool Echo, apparently they've really, you know, apparently dug deep and spoken to Liverpool that they believe that Salah does not want to go Saudi. Does not want to go to Saudi right now. And yeah, he should never be in the debate about Saudi. He doesn't want to be in there. Can we speak on Saliba looking sus for Italy's third goal? They compare him to Virgil van Dijk. Right, I'm going to get to the Virgil stuff in a minute. Big up Honesty. How you doing well this evening, man? Big up big up Pops in the house. How you doing well, man? Sideline football. You're in the chat as well. Yeah, big up, my man. Big up to me. Oh, I don't want to completely ruin your name. Let me get it a slaughter. Big up to you. Big up, Jamie. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Is it true Trent wants 400 to 500 grand a week, Jamie? I have no idea, to be absolutely fair. No idea. But big up to everyone in the chat. You're all doing good. I appreciate you all being here for a little bit of late night Liverpool chat. Holiday was good. Nice little break with the family and all that. And a few drinks and some good food and just, yeah, nice little relaxing time, man. Come back now. No, got international break, which is always a bit of a downer. Let's face it. You know, international break's always a bit of a downer. But look, we've got plenty of Liverpool stuff to keep us occupied, chatting about. We've got all these contract things to talk about. I'm sure there'll be more news and gossip as the week goes on. And then we've got the Nottingham Forest game next Saturday. So they'll be here before we know it. Big up, big country. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Salah's first season Liverpool, 45 goals in all comps. James in Saudi's doing snooker, guaranteed 200k if you win a semi-final, 100k if you win a final. Wow, yeah. I mean, look, they'd offer Mo the world. Look, what we got. Look, apparently, Ivan Toney, which I didn't know, I only read this yesterday. Ivan Toney is getting the equivalent to £1 million a week in British pound in Saudi. Now, if Ivan Toney's getting close to £1 million a week in Saudi, can you imagine what Mo's getting? What Mo would get? Mad. BLC, Jamie, I have a belief that both Salah and VVD have 2 more seasons in them to carry on playing at this level we need. Yeah, I think they might have more, man. Especially Mo. Big out Chapman. The break is good for me. It means I can grind on those videos. Yeah, guys, don't forget to go and subscribe to Chapman Plays. If you put Chapman Plays in YouTube search engine, you'll see his picture there. Same picture that's on the chat right now. If you're into your video game, into your video games and all that stuff, Chapman Plays is your man. So make sure you go and subscribe. Owen Toney is getting a meal. So if Owen Toney is getting £1 million a week, You imagine what Mo Salah would get. They'd probably give him half the kingdom. Yeah, Spider just saw Spider. It's true. They would just give him the kingdom. Do you know what I mean? Heidi, hi. Big up songs for Kate. Doing well, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, big time. Well, not the gin, Sean. Spiced rum, man. Spiced rum. That's my drink. Spiced rum. He's getting 450k on Tony. No salary. So to get that in the UK, you'd need to earn $1 million a year. So it's the equivalent. That's what they meant by it. Big up, man. So in Saudi, Ivan Toney's getting 450 grand a week. By the way, which is absolutely mental. But to get that, you'd need to earn $1 million a week because of our taxes. Bloody hell. That's just mad. That's just mad. I don't know anything about this because I only read it the other day. I've not really looked into it. Mo was offered TV rights too. Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Yeah, I love rum, man. Yeah, it's a trades, man. Yeah, I spice rum, man. It's my favorite. Yeah, we did, Eric. Big up, man. We had fun, man. We had fun. What if he owned 6 billion and just buys Liverpool? Oh man, look, I look with Mo. I just feel like we just have to do the deal, guy. I really do. I just feel like with Mo Salah, we just have to go and do the deal, get it done. It's not whatever he wants. We can't just say whatever he wants, but because we can't live in that world that Saudi live in, like what they could pay him, we just can't live in that world. But if Mo wants 400 grand a week and 3 years, I'm giving it to him. Because at the end of the day, who am I going to find that's going to give me more to this football club than Mo Salah right now? So if he wants 400 grand a week and a 3-year deal, as a Liverpool fan, I would say sign him, do it. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you do it? But unfortunately, I don't work in the boardroom. None of us do. We don't work in the boardroom. We're not one of the higher ups. We've got to trust them, man. And at the moment, trust is on thin ice. Let's put it that way. So that's why us Liverpool fans are a bit tetchy about all this. Let's talk about Virgil van Dijk, shall we, guys? Let's talk about Virgil van Dijk. I delete that and change it to rum. Big up, Sean. Yeah, I'm a rum man. Big up, Andrew. Said question, Jay. Which retro kit would you like Adidas to do next season for our new kits? Probably in the 1990 silver away with the speckled, the fleck in the shirt. Yeah, definitely that one. Big up. We've got 170 people in the house, and it's just gone midnight. So big up to everyone here. Thank you very much for joining me. This is just going to be a quiet Liverpool discussion. No ranting, no raving on this one. Just a quiet Liverpool chat between me and you guys on a Saturday night. Why not? Let's have it, guys. Let's have it. I've been away. So I just want to enjoy myself with chatting to you guys, having a laugh. And yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Big up my man Scraps in the house. And again, the mods in the house. If there's mods in the house, my man Scraps here. Mods, if you can tell people will pay their rent before they come in and hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. So everyone, if you've not hit that like button yet, please go and smash that like button. I would appreciate it. It's free to do. It don't cost you a thing. Where else can you go and get free rent, you know? Where else can you go and get free rent? So yeah, just go and smash that like button, guys. Chip, I'd appreciate it. I really would. So Virgil started the season exceptionally well. Really has. He has started the season exceptionally well. I'm shocked. Not shocked, but surprised how good and he looks at the moment. You know, what I think it does help with Virgil, what I do think it helps with Virgil is that he he's got a settled partner at this moment in time. I think right now Virgil knows Kanate is going to be his partner till there's either an injury, a suspension, or Slot decides to give someone a little bit of a break. But until then, Kanate and Virgil van Dijk are the partnership at the back for Liverpool right now. And because of that, I think Virgil's a little bit more settled. Also, I think the way we are set up to play is suiting Virgil as he gets a little bit older as well. I think that's suiting Virgil right now. You know, and this is no disrespect to Jurgen Klopp, right? But we've said it for about the last 18 months or so, haven't we, guys, that the way we defend in our system leaves us, we're very back to front, we're one goal to the next, constant motion, constant football, constant attacking. It's a joy to watch. That's why Liverpool are the most watched club in England last season, because Liverpool are fascinating to watch. You ain't going to get many boring games under a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool. It's attack, attack, attack. It's controlled mayhem. It's controlled chaos. That's what Liverpool were under Klopp. And it was a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. I love the attacking sense of our play. But defensively, we always left ourselves a bit short. Our line was extremely high. We played one-on-one defending. Jurgen Klopp trusted Virgil and Kanate or Kwanzaa or Gomez, whoever's at the back, to sweep up. And if they didn't sweep up, he had Alisson Becker in behind, Paul's. So Klopp trusted that. He wanted Robbo and Trent to both go at the same time. There's not, if you look at football back in the day, fullbacks didn't always used to go at the same time and leave your centre backs exposed. If one fullback went, one fullback would stay. That was just the common way people used to play. But this is where Klopp's football was different. He was like, Robbo and Trent, just go, join the attacks. Play that high line. We control the midfield. We'll win the balls back really quickly. And if anyone gets past us, they somehow got to get past Virgil, and then they somehow got to get past Alisson. So that's the way we played. And, I think even last season we saw it, that no matter, we bought a new midfield. So Bosley came in, Gravenberch came in, Endo came in, McAllister came in, younger legs, more mobile in that area. We were still getting caught out time and time again defensively. And it weren't because Virgil was a bad defender, Kanate was a bad defender, Gomez was a bad defender, or, Kwanzaa was a bad defender. The reason was because the system was finished. The high line was killing us. It just was. Unfortunately, it was just killing us a little bit, where Slot plays a little bit deeper. Slot plays a little bit deeper, and also it's more about controlled. It's a controlled press as well, where we take a shape up in our press. Like we'll play higher up, but there's more of a shape to our press. It's not a constant. It's not constantly pressing. If one goes, another one goes, and another one goes, and everyone just follows. Like under Klopp, it's more like if Jota goes, Salah will go, and Szoboszlai will go, but everyone else will stay. That's the difference. If Salah goes, Jota will go, maybe McAllister will go, or Gravenberch will go. If it's in the midfield, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai will go, and Jota will drop deep. And, so it's more of a controlled press where it's not everyone, and then the fullbacks are just going forward at the speed of bloody lightning and trying to get on the end of things. That's not the way Slot's playing. He's dropping it down a little bit deeper. It's more rest time. People have more possession on the ball. And because of that, we're conceding less chances than we have. Our first 3 games this season, I think we conceded like 70% less chances than we did in our first 3 games last season. And it's just the fact that not a lot's changed. It's just little tweaks where Slot just likes a little bit more control in the central areas of the pitch. So to get that control in central area of the pitch, you just got to drop down a little bit deeper, and it's more of a control press. And not both fullbacks go, because if Trent goes, Robbo tucks in and we make a back three, and you have that 4 and that 3, sort of like a 3-4, like a 3-4-3 formation on the pitch, and that's the difference. And because of that, I think that's helping Virgil's game. You know, I literally do think that's helping Virgil's game right now. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but Virgil don't seem to be, you know, running as much. He doesn't seem to be running backwards as much, you know. And I'm not like people might come to me, oh, Jamie doing a disrespect to Jurgen. I'm really not. I'm just trying to pinpoint things that actually happened. We saw it with our own eyes, you know. Last season, Virgil would have to run back to his own goal a heck of a lot, because how many times people got in behind us. And because Virgil's now got 2 players in front of him, which helps as well. You know, at the moment, he's got Gravenberch and McAllister that sit there, and they're sort of mopping up. They're doing this side to side. One goes, one stays, one goes, one stays sort of thing. So if one's gone and you've got past them, you still got to get past the other person. And if you get past that person, then you got to get past Kanate and Van Dijk. And because of that double pivot, I think that's just helping Virgil with his mobility a lot more, which means he ain't going to be running as much. And if Virgil's not going to be running as much, he's the best defender in the world. Simple as that. Don't care. I literally don't care what anyone says. People can bring up Saliba to me. People can bring up Rudiger to me. Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Right. Arsenal have still not had, you know, Arsenal have still not had a better defensive record than Liverpool under Virgil van Dijk yet, when we won league titles and stuff like that. So they've not even got there yet, and people compare Saliba to Virgil. Saliba's nowhere near as good as Virgil van Dijk right now. Can Saliba be better than Virgil in the years to come? Maybe, because he's a youngster, he's a young boy. He's like 10 years younger than Virgil, for goodness sake. So, of course, he's got all the chance in the world right now. But if I'm going to pick any centre-back in the world right now for one match and one match only, I'm picking Virgil van Dijk. I'm just picking Virgil van Dijk. That's all. That's what I'm doing, guys. And I think Saliba for the future could be that player. But for right now, I'm still picking Virgil. I still don't think there's a better defender. You know, you got the midfielder covering. Like, how many times does everyone really see Gabriel and Saliba that exposed? Not many times. I'll tell you when we did see it. We saw it against Brighton, when Saliba and Gabriel ran away from the ball to let Brighton equalise. We saw that. So you don't really see Saliba and Gabriel that exposed much as an Arsenal centre-back pairing, because their midfield in front of them do a great job. You know, usually Rice or Jorginho or Partey are covering. And because they're covering and the workload in their midfield, it stops them two getting exposed. So, yes, they're very, very good defenders at the same time, but I don't think if you put Saliba in, I don't think Saliba could do what Virgil van Dijk does for Liverpool, but I think Virgil van Dijk can do what Saliba does for Arsenal. Now, and that's as simple as I put it. That's as simple as I put it. And when I always hear the debate about, oh, is it Saliba or Virgil's the best defender in the country right now? It's the way I always think of it. Saliba can't do what Virgil does for Liverpool, but Virgil could do what Saliba does for Arsenal. You know, it's as simple as that. Simple as that. You know, and like Saliba only rated Ramos over Virgil, and that's Ramos. You know, is a legend. I think that tells us all. Like Song says here, I like the offset fullback on one side, the variation. Yeah, same. Yeah, Virgil had 1.5 seasons taken away from him with injury as well. And he got that injury later. He's 30, 29 when he got that injury. You know, I just I think Saliba's a very, very good defender. I just think right now Virgil is the best in the world at this moment in time. I think he gets in every back four in the world. Does anyone think Virgil don't get in any back four in the world? I mean, at Real Madrid, you telling me Real Madrid wouldn't partner Rudiger with Virgil van Dijk? I mean, sure, Virgil van Dijk was available for Real Madrid for one game. They're partnering him with Rudiger, ain't they? I mean, what 11? What 11 does Virgil van Dijk not actually get in? Let's be truthful here. People think there is one. Let me know, because I don't think there is one. And then I try cola bottle Jaffa cakes. Whoa. There's cola bottle Jaffa cakes. I only went away for 5 days. What the hell? Cola bottle Jaffa cakes. I'm gonna have to find them tomorrow. That's different. I might have to do a food review on cola bottle Jaffa cakes. You have to have a look. Yeah. Virgil's in every defence. Any team would make room for top 3 or 4 players. I agree. Not nice, Taylor told you. They're not nice. I'm gonna have to try them. So apparently, there was rumours I read about McAllister being injured. But he played for Argentina, didn't he? And he scored. So yeah, someone said I heard rumours saying McAllister got injured in training and it was touch and go, but apparently he played last night and scored. So I think he's all right. I think he's all right. Did he take a knock in the match, Eli? Did he take a knock in the match? Every team would take Virgil in the defence. I agree, man. And this is why I would sign Virgil up, guys. Look, how much we're talking about Virgil van Dijk there. What are we talking about? He's on what, 220 grand a week now? Again, find me a defender better than Virgil van Dijk right now, and I'll let Virgil van Dijk go. Simple as that. Tell me a defender that Liverpool can go and buy that ain't ridiculous money, that's not like stupid amount of money and not impossible. Like if William Saliba was free to join Liverpool, then I might let Virgil's contract run out, but he's not. He's never going to leave Arsenal for Liverpool, and if he did, it's going to cost you over £100 million probably. So would I spend over £100 million getting the next Virgil defender in that's even close to being better than Virgil van Dijk, or should I just sign Virgil van Dijk up to a new contract? Personally, I just it was in the 71st minute. They were assessed for the next. They just took a knock in the game. That happens on international games, unfortunately. Guys, I won't get too worried about. Let's not get worried about injuries and all that till the international breaks over. We can we'll assess it then, because I know people get a bit. Oh, everyone's getting it. That's just sometimes injuries are hardly anything, aren't they? So, I think it's just his workload. The season just what we got to remember about Maka is that he played all the Copa America, won the thing, got to the final, won the thing, came and done pre-season and started the season. So it's probably just workload, where you just need a bit of rest. So if McAllister doesn't play the next game for Argentina, that benefits us more, don't it, guys? So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I just don't sit. This is why big up Solo in the chat. Doing big up as well to Solos. Appreciate you asking about me earlier, man. Appreciate it. Look, with Virgil, I will keep saying this. For me, he's the best defender in the league right now. I believe I heard Jason Cundy said yesterday that he believes Mickey van der Ven is better right now than Virgil van Dijk, which I had a laugh. I think he only said that for clicks to get Liverpool people calling in. I think that's all it was. But as of now, I believe Virgil van Dijk's the best defender in the league. People keep dismissing him. I don't know why. People think he ain't that good right now. I don't know why. Again, don't care his age. He's 33 right now. In this new system under Slot, for me, that's only going to get better. I think the system under Slot's only going to get better, guys. Eventually Slot will get more players in. The system will change more and more and more. And I think it will become even easier for Virgil to defend. Can you imagine Virgil even sitting back even more and not having to play so much of a highlight? Virgil playing a mid-high, just saying a mid-line, a mid to low block. Can you imagine Virgil playing a mid to low block, guys? Even at 34, you're not getting past a 34-year-old Virgil playing a mid to low block. You're just not. Keep the guy. We're not on about any shit here. We're on about Virgil van Dijk. It's just, yeah. Just keep him, man. Just keep him. Just keep him in the team. Just give him a contract. Again, what year do you give Virgil van Dijk? I'd give him 3 years. Yeah, he's 33. Give him till 36. Tell me again, what's the harm of giving Virgil van Dijk a contract till he's 36? Look at the quality defenders we've seen in the past 10 to 15 years, all playing to their mid to late 30s because they're quality. Why would you let Virgil go? It's the most nonsensical. I've not heard an argument yet for letting Virgil go. It's just I don't get why he'd let him go. Keep Virgil, man. Give him what he wants almost. Hate saying that word, give him what he wants. But again, give him a 3-year deal. Let him play till 36. I got no issue with it. He's not going. I know Michael Edwards has got this thing about players in their 30s going downhill really fast. But we've got to remember, Michael Edwards signed James Milner up when it was a free contract when he was 30, let alone being 30 like anything else. So I think Michael Edwards sees that if a player is worth it, no matter his age, they'll get a new contract. And there's no proof at this moment in time that Mo and Virgil are going to fall off a river. MCF, Crimea River, Crimea 115 River. Sam, what the hell is that name? Big up, man. Man City FC, Crimea 115 River of Sam. I don't know if it's the Sam, but big up, man. Jesus Christ. Big up, that's a heck of a name. Yeah, give Virgil a 3-year contract. Why wouldn't you? Again, Salah and Salah and Virgil, just give them the deals. Give them the deals. And now let's take Trent. Now, again, before I get to Trent, Virgil as well. Virgil don't want to go anywhere. Virgil don't want to go anywhere. Man wants to stay at Liverpool. He's made that abundantly clear. Just give me the deal. All Virgil wants is reassurance of his career. Again, with Virgil and Mo, it's going to probably be the last contract they ever sign at Liverpool Football Club, right? Because of their ages. So they just want a good contract because it's their last ever one. If Virgil gets a 3-year deal and he plays till he's 36 and he leaves for nothing, Sam, that's mad, man. Did you have an argument with a Man City? Just mad. Big up, man. Big up. If Virgil is, I just don't get it. Just give the if Virgil wants to leave at 36 for a free, let him leave at 36. I've got no problem with that. I don't think most Liverpool fans will have a problem with Virgil leaving at the age of 36. If Virgil wants to leave at 36, not an issue with it whatsoever. If Mo wants to sign a 3-year deal that takes him to around 35, 36 as well, and he wants to leave after that contract, again, no problem with it because you're around that 36 year, not a problem with it. But to let him leave right now, while they're still good, while they're still putting up numbers, while they still look fit, I don't think it's a good idea. 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 I don't think it's a good id while they still look like two of the best players in the world in their position, it'd be stupid not to give them a deal. That's my opinion anyway. But look, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, this is the tricky one with Trent because Trent has a lot of market value behind him because he's only 25 years of age. We know Trent's the man. Look, I love Trent. He's the best for me at this moment in time. I don't think there's a better right back in world football. Again, Trent looks really good this season already. You know, you look at most right backs in world football, how many of them are actually better than Trent Alexander-Arnold right now? Not many. That's to be truthful here. So again, with Trent, our problem with Trent is his age. I think it's going to be harder actually maybe to sign Trent up than it is Virgil or Mo. I think with Virgil or Mo, you can offer sweet spot contracts with the money they were already getting paid. You could just add on top of that, and that's their last contract they got to pay at the club because of their age. It's probably a bit harder for Virgil or Mo to find clubs because of their age. You know, a lot of clubs are not trying to, you know, you look at PSG. PSG are trying to buy the younger models now. They're trying to, younger models. They're going through that model of buying younger players, ain't they? So I don't think they would go for a Virgil or Mo right now. Real Madrid probably wouldn't go for a Mo because the players they got in that forward line right now and the wages Mo would ask for going Real Madrid. So it might actually be easier to sign Virgil or Mo up to a new deal than it is Trent right now. Yeah, it's just I don't get why you would not sign like you got. I think with Trent, them other two are easier to sign up, but with Trent, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult because Trent's got so many more years left to give. He can ask for more wages. He will know his market value as well. Don't get it wrong. Trent is very aware of what his market value is, guys. Trent will be very aware of his market value. Trent, with a brand new contract, is a £100+ million player with without a shadow of a doubt. So Trent is signing him up is going to be the most difficult one. You're going to have to, you're arguably going to have to give him some promises, some reassurances that things are only going to get better now. Slot's doing something. You got to trust the process. You know, could you go to Real Madrid and be more successful? Probably. Most players could, to be fair. But could you stay at Liverpool, the club you want to be at? You got to throw everything at him, ain't you? You really do. I think Trent will. It's just me. I think Trent might be the harder one to sign up, just because I think the ages of Virgil and Mo gives us more of an advantage to keep them at the club, and Trent's going to be the more difficult one. I think as long as Virgil's at the club, he's going to be club captain. I mean, I wouldn't be taking the club captaincy off Virgil right now. There's just really no point. You know, Trent would be vice captain. He knows he's vice captain. And eventually, 2 or 3 years' time, he's going to be club captain and he's going to be leading out his club side, the club that he absolutely loves and adores. So that will be a big thing to him. I know captaincies are not always a big scene thing everywhere in Europe, especially, you know, but I think for Liverpool and Scousers, having that captain's armband is something special. And I think Trent will want to be the leader for Liverpool. So that could be something Liverpool can put into that deal. It's just going to be, I just feel it's going to be hardest to sign Trent, guys. I really do. I think he'll stay. I think all three will sign. I'd love all three to sign because I'll tell you what, it'll put a middle finger up to the rivals, won't it? So at this moment in time, rivals think, you know, Liverpool are not going to keep any three of them and maybe only one of them. But if Liverpool keep all three of them, If Liverpool keep all three of them and then add to more in January and next summer, then Liverpool, all the rivals are going to be like, they got nothing to say. I just think it'd be idiotic not to sign all three up. I can't. I keep thinking about it and speaking about it constantly, and I'm yet to understand why you would not give these three guys new deals. It would make no sense to me. It would make no sense to me. I can't. Even on a financial side of things, I can't understand still why you wouldn't give them new deals. They're the bedrock of our side right now. You you really think Arne Slot wants to lose Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold in his first year in the job? Of course he don't. Now, what's he going to get to improve his team if them three go? Who's he going to go in the market for and get to improve the side? Now, you might be able to improve the side in the years to come. You might be able to go and buy a player that might not look fashionable on paper, but in 3 to 4 years' time, you look back at it and go, bloody hell, that was a great signing, wasn't it? Bit like Mo. No one knew how good Mo, like this Mo Salah we see now. We've seen bits of Mo Salah at Fiorentina and Roma, and we knew how talented he was. But 7 years later, we're looking at Mo now. It's like the best right winger in Premier League history, without a shadow of a doubt. There's not a better right winger in Premier League history. Best African player to ever play in the Premier League. I don't think any of us thought that when we bought him. So there could be a player out there you could replace Mo with. It might not be the fashionable name or look great straight away, but in years to come, we could come and look at it back again and go, well, that's a great bit of business by the football club. I think we're just going to have to trust the football club, guys. And I know that's a hard thing for us to say right now because a lot of people think that, the club's a bit on thin ice with the fan base right now. The trust between the fan base and the football club right now is not the best it's been in a while. So they've got to prove themselves that they should be trusted. And if they can go and get these deals done and these contracts for these three big boys and make another few transfers in January, more transfers in the summer, then the trust will slowly be coming back. And that's all we want to do. We want to trust our football club. We want to know that our football club will do everything in their powers to make Liverpool great again. And at this moment in time, that trust is not quite there with a lot of the fan base right now. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. There's a lot of issues. These three guys should never have gone down to a year of their contract. The transfer window was not very good. In isolation, the two transfers we made are very good bits of business, but all in all, it's not good enough. So, yeah, everything's on a bit of thin ice right now. The trust has to be earned. They've not earned it at this moment in time, but they will slowly. And I think we're just going to have to trust the I hate the word, I hate this word, trust the process, but it is the word we're going to have to use. We're going to have to trust them to sort these three contracts out. It's as simple as that. I hate using that word. I hate it, but that is what we're going to do. Big up Imran. I hope you're doing well, man. Just going to have to trust the process, unfortunately. Let's talk about some other things, guys. Well, let's talk a bit about stuff that ain't got to do with the three guys' contracts. Let's have a little chat about Chiesa. So, Federico Chiesa, he's now a Liverpool player. He's officially a Liverpool player. I got a yawn, sorry. I've been holding that yawning for about 10 minutes. I do apologise, guys. Oh, man. Big up for how you doing well. Yeah, this Rio kid looks special, man. I've seen some highlights of him this week. He looks redonkulous. Yeah, he's going to be exceptional. He's so good. I won't be shocked if he plays a League Cup game. But yeah, But Chiesa, Chiesa, man. I have watched. Has everyone watched the transfer vlog day when Chiesa joined Liverpool, guys? Everyone seen that vlog video now that Liverpool Football Club had up on their YouTube channel. If you've not watched it, go and watch it, guys. I've never seen a player happier to join our football club as ever. Literally, never seen a player happier to join our football club. His wife looks ecstatic as well. I don't know if you've noticed, but his wife's already been putting your Never Walk Alone tagged everywhere. They're loving life. They really are. They ain't even played a game yet. You know, they haven't even played a game yet. He's got that Colo Torre style, always smiling. Yeah, the man's happy as Larry, man. He can't believe it. I personally think this Chiesa transfer, I know he hasn't played a game yet, so I'm probably, I could shoot myself in the foot with what I'm about to say, but I think it could end up being the best bit of transfer business by anyone this summer. I know it's it's the second player officially we only bought this summer, and it's the only actual official player that's at our football club right now that we bought. But I think in isolation, I think Chiesa could go down as the signing of the summer. I really do. Because a man of his quality just got bought for 10 million quid with £2.5 million add-ons. Let's just say 12 million quid for keep everyone happy. A man of his quality just got bought for 12 million quid. And he's been put on the same wages that he was on at Juventus, which I believe is 105,000 euros a week, which works out as like 80 something thousand pound a week. So I'm not quite sure about the exchange there, but he's on around 100,000, less than 100. He could go on to be obviously we haven't watched him play yet, so it's hard to judge. But I'm just going on the man's quality. There's no one. Look, if we're talking about the same Chiesa that we all saw play 2 or 3 years ago, lighting it up on the international stage, everyone would have said that's £100 million player. If he never got that massive knee injury, he's £100 million player. He just is. You know, I know people and rivals go pretend that they never said that, or what you're chatting about, he's never that kind of player. But when he was playing for Italy, at the last Euros that Italy won, and the World Cup and all that, everyone was like, no, this player is mad. You know, he's in that £100 million bracket easy. And, you know, we bought him for 12 million quid. That's what I mean. His qualities for a 12 million player. I'm not overhyping him just yet, Gary. What I'm saying is that that's what people were saying 2 or 3 years ago about Chiesa. Like he's that. Like if you go buy him, it'll probably cost you around that £100 million bracket. You know, when he was lighting it up at the Euros that Italy won, everyone loved him. He's an exceptional talent, and we bought him for 12 million quid. I just feel like if it works, if Chiesa works, he can go on to be an exceptional footballer. I just think people have forgotten how good Chiesa is. You know, he played 37 games last year in all competitions. You know, I know he had his bad injury. He had an ACL injury. And he had a few injuries after him. I think he missed 11 games last season, but he still played 37 of them. What you got to remember as well for Juventus, he was their number one player. He was their man. So he played every minute, every week. If Chiesa was fit, Chiesa played for Juventus. Now, for Liverpool, it's not going to be quite like that because you got Luis Diaz who's doing absolute bits at the moment. You got Mo Salah who plays right wing. So at this moment in time, Chiesa is not going to play the same amount of minutes as he played for Juventus in the last 2 seasons. He's just not because, you know, Juventus ain't got that same quality Liverpool got in the wide areas. You know, Chiesa was their man. He played. And that's what I'm saying, Gary. We ain't seen him yet, so that's why I said I might shoot myself in the foot with what I said. But you know, if Chiesa can come in and play and start well for us and score goals, create opportunities, and we look at it as a £12 million bit of business. Look at some of the transfers. Look, Nketiah has just gone to Crystal Palace, won it for 25-30 million. Morgan Gibbs White went to Wolves to Nottingham Forest a couple of years ago for, what is it, 40 million quid? Think of some of the transfers we've seen in the last year or two. And Chiesa went for £12 million. I just think it's mad. I just think in isolation, that could be seen as a heck of a deal. It really could be seen as a heck of a deal. Oh, I know you're not, Gary. I know you're not. It's all good. All love, man. It's all love. Yeah, Solanke's just 65 minutes, £65 million. Do you know what the mad thing is? Yeah, Solanke went for £65 million to Tottenham, and the buyback, the sell-on clause that Liverpool got on Solanke pretty much bought it for Enrico Chiesa. Think about that, guys. Think about that. This is the day and age of football we live in now. £65 million Tottenham bought Solanke. The sell-on clause for that deal got us Chiesa. That's just madness to me. That's absolutely mad, man. Rutter went from Brighton for 40 mil for the second time in his career. Hasn't scored 50 goals yet in about 6 seasons. Big up to you, Michael. Big up. This is what I'm saying. Transfers now are. That Solanke price is mad. Opportunist. Yeah, big up AJ. That is exactly what it was, man. I can't say that word for the love of me. Opportunistic. That's what it was, AJ. Big up, man. I just think it's a crazy deal on the surface of it. I'm just going on what I've seen of Chiesa, guys. That's what, because we haven't seen him play for Liverpool yet. I mean, Chiesa could score a hat-trick in the next game and he pays back the 12 million straight away. Do you know what I mean? That's done and dusted. But we haven't really seen Chiesa play yet. But I'm going on the quality I've seen from Chiesa in the past. To pick him up 12 million for me is just absolutely mind-blowing bonkers. I just don't understand how Liverpool have done that deal. Yeah, it's just quality bit of business. You know, it's just, I'm just looking in isolation what a great bit of business is. Now, this is where I come into this a bit of mad talk now, yeah, about Chiesa. Now, let's talk about Luis Diaz a minute, because all this is going to be interchanged, yeah? This Chiesa, Luis Diaz, Salah, what I'm about to talk about is going to be all involved in the same sort of thing, right? So let's talk about Luis Diaz for a second. Luis Diaz has been absolutely on fire this season. Hands up to Luis Diaz. You know, I've never been the biggest Luis Diaz lover in the world. Big up to everyone who kept banging the drum for Luis Diaz. Appreciate all of you. Keep doing it. But I said it all last year, and people keep coming at me last year about it. Last season, go and check the videos. I said last season, Luis Diaz is better in a central position than he is on the left wing. I've been saying this for time now. Also, I kept saying last year is that Luis Diaz is better when he's in the box than he is when he's outside it. Now, Luis Diaz, when he dribbles and runs past people and stays in that wide left position, he doesn't really cross the ball. He cuts inside a lot. He can lose the ball and he can miss shots, yeah. But Luis Diaz in the box, back to last season and look at Luis Diaz's goals last season. A lot of them came in the box when he made late runs or he got good headers from crosses or corners. He scored quite a few headers in his Liverpool career already. He's very good in the air. He arrives late in the box. He relies late in the box and passes, and he finishes pretty well. Luis Diaz comes alive in the box, and I always think he's better in a central area. Now, this might be crazy. This might be crazy talk. Might be crazy talk. Come at me, guys. I think there's a possibility that Arne Slot eventually, not straight away, it will take time because Chiesa needs to get match fit. But I think there's a time and sometime in this season when Arne Slot plays Chiesa left wing, Luis Diaz through the middle, and Mo Salah right wing. Call me crazy. People might come at me for this. I just think, I just feel like that could happen because of the interchanging. Because of the amount of interchanging that front three could do. And we saw it with Jota as well, by the way. When Jota and Diaz and Salah play, Jota sometimes goes left wing, Diaz goes through the middle, Mo goes right wing. Sometimes Jota goes right wing, Salah goes through the middle. We've seen it already. And with Chiesa, if you play Chiesa left wing and Luis Diaz through the central areas, you got a thing where Luis Diaz comes alive more in central areas because he's better when he's more direct. He's far, far better being direct. You know, if you look at the goals we've scored so far this season, Salah and Diaz are more narrow and more direct than they were last season. They're not so wide. Salah sometimes stays wide and cuts in, but a lot of Salah's play off the ball sometimes is in narrow positions. Like they want to get Salah narrow, they want to get Luis Diaz narrow in between the channels, in between the fullbacks and the centre backs. That's sort of like where they want them. And because of that, they're more direct. And because of that as well, Lucho's getting more goals. You know, he doesn't have to, like Lucho doesn't, like if you go back to the Man United game, guys, we did, especially with the watch along I did. Go back and watch that Man United game in the full 90 minutes. Watch how frustrating Luis Diaz is in that first 30 minutes of that game. Go back and watch how frustrating Luis Diaz is for that first 30 minutes of that game. He's playing on the wide left-hand side of the pitch, and he gives away the ball constantly. Giving away the ball all the time because he's trying to dribble past players for no reason, and he's giving away the ball. As soon as Luis Diaz goes into a more central area or a more inside left position, and he becomes more direct and he gets in the box, he comes alive. He completely comes alive, like it's a different player. And I think Slot has seen something there as well. You know, that's maybe why. And when I say about playing Luis Diaz central, it would just be like for a formation, but it'd be fluid. So 1 minute Diaz is central, the next minute it's on the left and Chiesa's central, then the next minute Salah's central and Chiesa's on the right. You know, it's about it's not really he'll play there for a full 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to do a Bobby Firmino and play there for a full 90 minutes. It's going to be more. It'd be more a fluid formation where, like he's doing with Jota right now. You know, go and watch the games like with Jota and Luis Diaz. Sometimes Jota's picking up the ball on the left side of the pitch. Diaz is through the middle. You got that change in ability. No one's sticking to a position, if that makes sense. So I'm just wondering if he's seen something with Chiesa as well, because Chiesa can play. Out of all the forwards we've got right now, Chiesa's the one who can actually play left, central, and right. And he plays each position like he owns it. You know, at the Euros, he played the whole Euros on the right wing. For Juventus last season, he played pretty much behind the striker, like as a second behind the striker, like the shadow striker, playing him behind. You know, we've seen him play left wing many times and do that. Out of all the six forwards we got, Chiesa is the best at playing left, central, and right. And that's why I'm saying there could be a time coming up soon where, as soon as Chiesa's got adapted to this team and he's match fit, we could. It wouldn't shock me if we lined up with that front three. Well, and how is the defence going to pick that up? You know, our defenders going to pick that up. They're not going to know who to pick up. 1 minute they're picking up Chiesa in a central position. The next minute it's bloody Luis Diaz. And like, what the hell's going on here? Chiesa's over there and Salah's doing, like, you've got Salah and then Salah, Diaz and Chiesa just so direct. And Chiesa's better dropping deep. Chiesa's better dropping deep and picking up the ball and dribbling than Diogo Jota is. Jota's better being that predator in the box. Chiesa's actually better playing in a deeper position, picking it up deeper and running with it. He's actually probably better in that than Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota. That's probably Chiesa's real strength. So I think it's one to keep an eye on. And because of that, I think that gives us a lot in our forward depth. You know, there's two players we've not really spoke about this season, really. And that's Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez. Not really spoken much about them two players yet. Now, this is a long old season. They're going to be used. I think Darwin could be another one of them players who can play central and left. I really do. I actually think Darwin's more suited to being more of that inside left position than he is centrally. I think it'll help him being onside more as well. I think, you know, when Darwin plays more central, I think his movement is not as good as when he plays more inside left, because his movement's better because he's coming from out to in, which means he has to be onside, because to play out to in, you got to play sort of like behind your defender instead of in front, where centrally he can take a yard and be offside. So I do think Darwin's better attributes is better in that inside left position, and I think that's where it become better. Again, great asset to have. And then you've got Cody Gakpo. You know, you got Cody Gakpo, and Cody's a weird one. And Cody Gakpo is a weird one because Cody's one of them players where he might not be in the game that much. You might not see Cody a lot in the game. Cody's having a crap game here. He's not really with it. He's not playing. I don't know what's quite right with Cody. And then he'll just have a snapshot, or, you know, he'll have a go and he'll just get a goal out of nothing. And that's what Cody is. Cody's that player we've got that can get a goal out of absolutely nothing. You know, he might not have many touches of the ball, but he'll have a snapshot and he'll get a goal from nothing. So Cody's a bit of a secret weapon like that. And that's why I like all six players we got. They all bring us something different. All six bring us a little bit something different. Jota's your predator in the box. Salah is your all-round forward now. He can create. Salah can drop deep and create. Salah can run in behind. Salah can play off the right and cut inside. Salah's got more, you know, so many weapons to his arsenal. Goals and assists. Diaz at the moment is this player reborn, where under slot for me, where he's more playing in that inside left channel now, and he's getting more direct. He's more eye for goal now. When he gets the ball, he's actually running towards the goal instead of running outside. He's running towards goal. He's trying to make things happen, get shots off and passes. He's great in the air as well. So we've got so much a different forward six. And again, it comes to cup games as well. You know, cup games. You've got Jayden Danns as well. Don't forget about Jayden Danns. He's still at the club. You know, cup games, you could play Darwin, Chiesa. Oh, our cup game front three, guys, in reality, could be Chiesa, Gakpo and Darwin. That could be our cup game front three, you know. And Salah, Jota and Diaz just rest. They take time out. They just rest. You play them three up front. That's what we got now. We've got adapt. You know, we've got two left wingers, two right wingers, and two number nines. It's what Liverpool got now. And then also they can adapt. Gakpo can play through the middle. He can play off the left. Chiesa can play right, left, or central. Jota can play left or central. Darwin can play left or central. You got that adaptation there where all 6 of them can float around and do different things. So I think the forward line's good, man. I think we've got a lot of surprises coming up, especially with the 8 Champions League games. Obviously, the Champions League now, these 8 Champions League games stretch all the way till January. So the Champions League is longer. I think it ends mid-June, don't it? So it's much longer than it ever was before. Usually the Champions League is 6 games, cuts off in December, comes back in February. I believe this time it runs from September till January and then comes back again in March, is it? And then finishes all the way till June. So, again, we're going to use the squad. There's 6 forwards there. Quite happy with all that depth, man. As James says, it's 6 great options. It is 6 great options. The defence don't worry me either. I mean, Kanate and Virgil, Virgil, Kanate, Gerald Kwanzaa and Joe Gomez are fine as 4 centre backs. I mean, how many better fourth choice centre backs have you got than a Kwanzaa or a Gomez? I'm fine with that as 4 centre backs. We've got Connor Bradley and Trent as our right backs, Tsimikas and Robbo as our left backs. I'm actually fine with the depth in the defensive areas. I really am, especially under the way we're playing now under Slot. It's different to the way we played under Jurgen Klopp, and I still think people are still trying to get used to that idea. It's a different way we play now, so it might actually suit the defenders more than it did last season, guys. I think where our major issue is, where everyone's major issue is, the midfield area. That's where a lot of people's major concern is, in that midfield area. Now, look, McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, that's our number 1 front midfield 3. There's no doubt about it. We know how well Gravenberch has been. He's been tremendous. He's not playing the DM role. We don't really play the DM role. This is something as well I think we need to talk about. Liverpool don't actually play the DM role under Slot. It's not that kind of football. And I've said this for years now. I don't mean this horribly when I say the DM position is a bit overrated. It's important. You need them players in your team. I'm not saying you don't. But I've always said it. I will continue saying this. I believe it's the system that makes the defensive midfielder. It's not the defensive midfielder that makes the system. I think it's the system that makes the team. And we're not, we don't really play the DM in a traditional sense. Do you know what I mean? We play with a 6 because everyone plays with a 6, but we don't play that traditional DM. It's a different way of playing it. We're playing at the moment with a 6, an 8, and a 10, right? That's what Liverpool's midfield 3 is. That's completely different to the way we used to play under Jurgen Klopp, playing with 6, an 8, and a 10. But the DM position is a little bit different to. It's not your traditional. Slot doesn't want to play your traditional deep midfielder, defensive midfielder. DM in the days used to stand for deep midfielder. Now it's defensive midfielder. The terms change all the time. And we're not looking to play that way. It's more about the system. And if we keep defending the way we're defending right now, it's not a coincidence we haven't conceded a goal yet. And it's because we play with that protection of a 2 in midfield. And also, I think we've got to give him credit. I know he comes under a lot of criticism since he's joined Liverpool last season. But I think we have to give credit what Szoboszlai does off the pitch as our number 10. Now, is he a better number 10 on the ball as some other number 10s in the Premier League? Probably not. But what he gives you off the ball is fantastic. What Szoboszlai does off the ball is out of this world. He's running. I can't tell you how good. People might feel, how can running be a statistic? How can running be a metric? Well, look how many very good footballers there are out there that are lazy as shit. Yeah. If Bruno Fernandes had Szoboszlai's mentality, Bruno Fernandes might be untouchable as a midfielder. You know, Szoboszlai's ability to run for 90 minutes is crazy. His ability to run for 90 minutes is ridiculous. It's, you know, he's an athlete, pure and pure. He's also the thing with Szoboszlai as well. He wins tackles. You know, he wins tackles constantly. He wins grand duels a lot. I think he wins more grand duels than any of our midfielders, and he's not actually the defensive midfielder. It's his defensive work off the ball that Szoboszlai does that is out of this world. Yeah, could Szoboszlai do better on the ball? I think he can. He's still got a lot of work to do there. But what he does off the ball and the protection he gives us, why do you think Trent hasn't been isolated since we started? Trent hasn't been isolated once. And that's because of the ability of what Szoboszlai does off the ball and that defensive, that double pivot that we play. The protection we give the back four now. Szoboszlai's ability to run back into defensive positions as well and win tackles and, you know, if anything, he just covers a passing lane from the opposition. You know, gets in like that. I'm gonna have to give Szoboszlai a lot of credit. I really have. Yeah, it's just I just love what Szoboszlai is doing off the ball right now. His movement off the ball, his ability to track back, his ability to run for 90 minutes. He's an athlete. He's powerful. He wins a lot of grand duels. You know, it covers a lot of the passing spaces. You know, it's that what he does that really I watch. Yeah, could he be better on the ball? Could he do better things on the ball? Of course he could. And I think he will get better because he's only 23. It's what he does off the ball, guys, and I appreciate it so much. And it's helped us in our midfield. You know, Gravenberch has been excellent. McAllister has been excellent. And what I like about it is McAllister and like in a Klopp team, we'd have, I think it's like a single six and 2 8s, yeah. And pretty much they were the workhorses of the midfield. It just didn't work because of the high line we played and we isolated our defence a lot. But in this one, we basically play with a 6 and 8 and a 10. But the problem is it's a double pivot. So if you watch it from an aerial point of view, if you go and look at the aerial shots of the way we set up, Gravenberch and McAllister sit, and Szoboszlai, he floats around the whole of the midfield in advanced areas of the pitch. Then Szoboszlai drops in, yeah, and then we have that free across the midfield. And then if Gravenberch goes, McAllister and Szoboszlai will stay. If Szoboszlai goes and McAllister goes, Gravenberch will stay, and we go to a back three. Robbo tucks in. We go Robbo, Virgil, and Canate, and then Gravenberch sits there, or McAllister will sit there. Szoboszlai and whoever else has gone will go, and Trent will tuck in and become a central midfielder. So we still keep a double pivot. So there's always a double pivot, no matter who goes and who stays, because Trent will come in and cover. We'll have the back three. Gravenberch can go. McAllister will stay. Trent will come in and tuck in and play alongside him. Szoboszlai, because he's athletic, he can get around the whole midfield. So it gives us a lot more cover in that area of the pitch. Gives us a lot more cover in that area of the pitch. And that's what I like about it. That's what I like about what we're doing right now under Arne Slot. The defensive side of the game. As an attacking sense, Liverpool are always, always go to be an attacking force. We got too many good attacking players. Attacking wise, I'm never going to be worried about Liverpool. We're always going to be a very good attacking force because of the players we got. My whole thing about this season was how Liverpool going to be as a defensive unit, and right now it's working. You know, it's just working. Big up Songs 4K. Big up, man. Suppose I was on the left midfield versus Manuel and right versus Brentford attack. Ipswich Mac was left. Yeah, that's what I love about it, Song. That's what I love about it because you play that double pivot, someone can go and play them areas. You know, because Trent plays that when Trent inverts, he comes in and covers with the other midfielder. So either Gravenberch or McAllister or whoever it is. So like you say there, so Bosley can go out on the left, he can go out on the right, he can go in the central areas. You know, because you've got that double pivot there all the time. You know, you've got always someone coming in alongside. I mean, I'll have to get it up, this video of all the different aerial shots of Liverpool's play. And then you got that back three as well. You always go to that back three if Trent comes in. You know, that back three goes there. You've always got that double pivot there. And then, as you say, Szoboszlai can go into that attacking left position. He can go into that attacking right position where he can stick in that central area. And it's all because of that double pivot we play. And Szoboszlai was exactly. And this is the point. This is what I'm saying about Szoboszlai. Look at that work ethic already in 3 games. Inside left, inside right, the 8 position in the middle. And that can only happen because we play that double pivot. If we played the lone central midfield role, like the way McAllister sort of played for Liverpool under Klopp, is like an inverted triangle, weren't it? Like an inverted triangle where Szoboszlai's McAllister's at the tip of it, and then you got 2 8s in front of him. Yeah. And them 2 8s were trying to go, and McAllister would be isolated. That's why McAllister, you know, a lot of people used to run past McAllister last season because he was isolated. Now, that don't happen so much because you've got 2 in the pivot. It just makes life a lot easier because that means Szoboszlai can go and do these positions like you're saying. It's that double pivot, man. Big up my man, Callum, mate, doing well. The attacking fullback and central mid seem to be the chaos agents breaking the lines. It does. It does. Especially Gravenberch in that area. We saw Gravenberch doing it for against Man United in that area, picking the ball up from Trent, and especially like Virgil pick up Gravenberch will pick up from the ball from Trent from Virgil. And what I like about Gravenberch can play in the half turn. Gravenberch is excellent at receiving the pass. He's very, very good at receiving the pass under pressure. He can play in the half turn. And because Gravenberch can play in the half turn and receive the ball under pressure, Virgil can play them balls into him. Kanate and Trent can play them balls into him. He can turn on the half turn, get into, and straight away he's facing up to the opposition's goal. Because he's facing up to the opposition's goal, he's got a McAllister can run off him, a Szoboszlai could run off him, and he's got Salah and Diaz and all that, and he's got options everywhere on the pitch. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to see. For all the amazing teams I've seen over 50 years, where the team our defence has often been well shaky. Seeing us look solid and control is beautiful. Yeah, like as we've got to say, we're only looking at 3 games so far. Everyone in the Premier League's played 3 games, so we've got a standing point right now. You know, we've got a standing point right now where everyone's played 3 games. We can look at it. How good's everyone been under 3 games? At this moment in time, Man City and Liverpool been the best. Liverpool have the best defensive XG in the Premier League. They also have the best attacking XG in the Premier League. And I think that tells you something about the way we're playing. I know people will say we've only played Ipswich, Brentford and Manchester United. But this is where I get annoyed. This is where I get annoyed. Right? And I've seen it already change. So, before the season started, everyone said Liverpool's squad ain't good enough and Arne Slot's going to struggle at Liverpool. Right? That's the first thing people said. Then Man United will be your toughest task yet. Yes, you played Ipswich and Brentford, but Man United will be your toughest task yet. Liverpool put Man United to the doldrums, yeah? Put them down. Then what happened after that? What's the noise we're hearing now? Oh, it's the 3 games Liverpool should have won anyway. Don't matter who the manager is. Oh, And Arne Slot's now got a tremendous side. So of course Arne Slot's doing well because he's got a quality squad now. These are the things I keep hearing in the last few days. But this is not what everyone was saying before the season started. Everyone said before the season started, Liverpool go really struggle. They haven't really got the squad. Arne Slot's not that man. Now it's, oh, you should have won all them 3 games anyway, and you've got a quality squad, so Slot got lucky. It just, people can't admit when they're wrong. And at the moment, after 3 games, people are wrong. But that's how it goes for the whole season. It's a long hold year. We don't know what's going to happen. I've got no future. I've got no crystal ball. I can't tell you the future. But at this moment in time, our squad's as good as anything in the Premier League right now when it's fit. When it's fit, I think our squad's as good as anyone's in the Premier League. I think our first 11 is as strong as anyone's in the Premier League. I know a lot of people talk about Arsenal's midfield, but Arsenal are going to be missing Declan Rice and Jorginho apparently for the game against Tottenham, which only leaves them Odegaard and Partey. I don't know if people realise that Arsenal have got a very small midfield. They've barely got any players in there. The new boy Mourinho is injured from Sociedad. He broke his arm. I believe Jorginho ain't fit, and Declan Rice ain't going to play against Spurs. So that leaves them with 2 central midfielders. You know, the depth ain't big there. It says the thing is that Arsenal never got injuries last season. This is the thing. Arsenal never really got serious injuries to serious players last season. So their depth was never questioned. It was never questioned ever because they never got serious injuries. Once Arsenal start getting serious injuries this year, you'll see Arsenal's depth. They haven't got the depth up front. They've got the depth at the back. Their defensive depth is probably as good as anyone's in the league. The midfield and forward depth is not all that, guys. It really isn't. Just because they didn't get injuries last season. It's just because they didn't get injuries last season. It's as simple as that. As soon as they start getting injuries or suspensions, they're going to struggle because they ain't got the depth. This is great. Imran says here. Klopp built this team as a super club, and Slot is fine tuning it. That's beautiful, man. That's probably as true as you can get. Arsenal's next 2 are Tottenham and City. Yeah, they're not winning either of them. And their bench is dusty. Big up, Chills. Exactly. I love that Arnold Slot photo. Do you reckon Arnold Slot knew what he was doing when he took that picture with the arched back? Do you reckon he knew what he was doing? I love that Arnold Slot photo, man. Spurs will try and make a shot Arsenal, missing a couple more players after that game. Arsenal's depth is not. It's not great. It's not great. It's just that their depth never got questioned last season, the year before, because they went through them seasons unscathed. Yes, Thomas Partey was injured, but most of the time, Odegaard played, Rice played, Jorginho played, Saka played, Martinelli played, Saliba played, Gabriel played, Zinchenko played, the fullback, I can't remember the fullback's name, it's gone out of my head. He played constantly. You know, they pretty much could almost pick the same 11 week in, week out. You know, so their depth was never really asked about. Their depth will be asked about if they get injuries again this season. I don't think our squad's. I see a lot of discourse on Twitter, especially saying that Liverpool have got a small squad. That's a myth. It's actually a myth. Liverpool squad's the same size as everyone's. Maybe the quality in that depth maybe not as good, but squad size, our squad is as big as anyone else's squad, guys. We've got 6 forwards, 4 fullbacks, and 4 centre backs, 3 goalkeepers, and I think we've got 7 midfielders. So it's as big as anyone else's. It's as big as anyone else's squads. It's just about the quality, really. It's more about the quality than it is anything else. But quantity-wise, that squad's as big as anyone else's. Yeah, and if you include Dan's as well, you got 7 forwards, man. Big up Kingsman, you're doing well, man. Big up Solo says, Drifty was talking about Arsenal squad the other day. Yeah, was Drifty? Was it on whose channel was it on? I saw Drifty chatting. I can't remember what channel he was on. I saw it the other day. Was it on Never a Foul yesterday? I think it was. Yeah, big up Drifty, and he's right what he's saying as well. I don't think if you look at Man City probably have the best quality of squad in the league. I think we can and they've not got a big squad. They've got like 16 players, but they're all quality. You know, the 16 players that Man City have got are all quality, right? So they got probably the best quality squad in the league. If you look at Arsenal's actual squad, you look at Liverpool's actual squad, there's nothing between them. It's not a lot between them. There really ain't. Look at their 2 goalkeepers. Is anyone having Arsenal's 2 goalkeepers over Kelleher and Alisson? Probably not. Look at their forwards. Who's got the best forward line? Arsenal or Liverpool? I mean, let's be fair here. Let's go through it. Who's literally got the best forward line? Liverpool or Arsenal? Liverpool got the better forward line. They got the better depth. Liverpool got the better goalkeepers. Let's look at the centre backs: Kanate and Virgil, Saliba and Gabriel. I think we underrate our squad. I'm not saying our squad's perfect. I'm not saying our squad's great or anything like that. I think we might underrate our squad a little bit, and that's not me saying, oh, we should win everything in the sun. I just think we underrate it a little bit. I think it's a lot better than we give it credit for. If we went and got one more midfielder in the summer, I think that puts us above Arsenal. I really do. I really do. I think that one midfielder puts us above Arsenal this season. And I know Arne Slot's a new manager. I know he's only had 3 games, but I can't say he's not doing a good job. He looks like he's doing. I think he looks like he's doing a decent job to me. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Looks like he knows how to coach. Looks like he knows how to change the team a little bit by putting a little bit of his stuff onto it, but keeping other stuff that's still part of the Klopp years, not ripping it all away. I've seen TalkSport. I've seen people like Simon Jordan and all that dismiss Arne Slot. I was watching TalkSport the other day. I was listening to it the other day, and Simon Jordan was saying, "Oh, Arne Slot inherited a quality squad from Jurgen Klopp. I could have won them 3 games in charge." By the way, go back to TalkSport in July, guys. That is not what Simon Jordan was saying. He was saying it'd be an impossible task to replace Jurgen Klopp. It could be the David Moyes and Alex Ferguson scenario. The squad ain't actually that good. But now, because we won 3 in the trot and we've made it look easy so far, scored 7 goals and conceded none, that the discourse has changed. The discourse has changed. Now it's all Arne Slot's actually better than what we thought. He's changed it a little bit. Defensively, they look better. They weren't saying any of this in July. They weren't, guys. The discourse has changed. The discourse has changed. Yeah, Imran. When was the last time Salah dived? On a level, when was the last time Mo went to ground easy? Because I can't remember. Can anyone else? I've seen Mo get fouled. Mo should have had about 7 penalties last year. But because he didn't go down, he didn't get any of the fouls. He didn't get any. Like honestly, when like every player goes down, don't they? I think every player goes down, and we actually go live in the age of 2024 and pretend that not every player goes down. Yeah, so yeah, Simon rates Klopp highly. I think that's why he's saying it. What he was saying. Yeah, exactly. Like this Mo diving shit, I don't know where it comes from. Can someone explain it? Where this Mo diving stuff comes from? Does he go down easy? Yeah. But does every forward in the world go down easy if they're clipped? Of course they do. Every forward does. Every forward goes down easily. This is the thing. To point out that Salah is a consistent diver, it's just mental to me. When I've watched Harry Kane go down easier than a new cross prostitute, yeah? Like Harry Kane consistently goes down all the time. I've seen Harry Kane not get touched and go down consistently. I just every player dives, man. Every player goes down. And it's not diving, is it? If there's a contact, players go down. Diving for me is when there's no contact whatsoever. That's what diving is. But if you feel contact, you should go down and leave it up to the referee. Big up, Jay. But this constant thing of Moses, that, I don't get it. I really big up, Jay. Nigerian girlfriend, you know. Yeah, it's just Darren Bent on Talksport was winding up Goldstein, Man United fans, saying he warned him Liverpool would do good because they still have a good team. Exactly. But again, Solo, were they all saying that in July? This is my problem. The season started now. We've won our 3 games, conceded no goals, scored goals, and actually looked pretty good. I bet if you go back to June or July, none of them were saying that. I bet the discourse was different. You know what I mean? That's what irritates me. But all this diving stuff, it's a nonsense to me. I don't know any legitimate forward that don't go down under the slightest touch. They all do. They just all do. It's as simple as that. But look, I hope the 3 guys sign new deals. I really do. I'm hoping they do. We're going to keep an eye, obviously, on this transfer stuff. We're going to see what's going on. I think something's going to happen in the next few weeks. Look, it's either... Oh, big up Solo. As well, to be fair to Darren Bent, yeah, I think Darren Bent's probably the best. I think Darren Bent's arguably the best pundit on there, to be fair. But look, the contract situation's going to run and run. I think we're here saying in a few weeks' time. I think Mo signs first. That's my prediction, guys. I think Mo Salah signs a new contract first. And then I think we're left to sweat on Trent at the end of the season. I think we get Mo deals done first. I think Mo's too important. I think Mo's importance has been put up a notch in these first 3 games. And yeah, I see Mo Salah signing his new deal first, and then we sweating on Trent. I think Virgil will sign as well, and we sweat on Trent. I think that's the way it's going to be. But guys, big up to everyone. Thank you for joining me on the midnight show tonight. I appreciate it. It's my first video back after my holiday, and I felt like talking some Liverpool Football Club with you guys. Guys, tomorrow I'll be on my TIFO channel. Tomorrow doing the England-Ireland game. So if you want to join me on my TIFO channel, make sure you hit me up on there. Let me just put my link in the chat. If you guys haven't been on my TIFO before, I want you to join me tomorrow. Let's put that out there now. So the link's in the chat, guys. Please go and join me on my TIFO tomorrow. I'd appreciate it if you could. I want to see all you guys there tomorrow. I'll pin it in the live chat. So if you've not been on my TIFO before, it's the home for watch-alongs. So make sure you come and join me on my TIFO for the England-Ireland game tomorrow. We'll watch the game together. Hit that link. If you're new to TIFO, you've never been on TIFO before, and it comes up with a referral code. The referral code is Jamie. So if you've never been on TIFO before, put in the referral code Jamie, and then you're in. If you've already been on Tifo and you're subscribed to Coppish or Never a Foul or Matt or Drifty's channel, then you just go and search Jamie Phillips Football Chat on Tifo and then join the community, guys. So big up to everyone. Make sure you join me tomorrow for the England-Ireland game. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Much love to everyone here. Appreciate you all. Good night for now. And see you tomorrow on Tifo. Bye-bye for now.